party's winding down, the lights are dim. Your coat's on the chair, but you're staying in. I say it's time to go. You flash that grin. One more drink, let the night begin.
My friends are calling saying, girl, come on. But your voice is smooth and the fire's still on. I know I should leave, but the vibe's too sweet. One more song, let's keep this heat.
The snow's falling hard,
the roads are ice.
your touch is warm,
Feels oh so nice.
the clock's ticking slow,
But we don't care.
This Christmas Eve we're going nowhere.
Mistletoe after midnight, let the sparks ignite. Your lips on mine, feeling so right. Mistletoe after midnight, no need to fight. Stay with me till the morning light.
Your scarf's on the floor, your shoes by the tree. The world's asleep, but it's you and me. I pour another glass, you're leaning close. This holiday magic, we're overdosed.
My ride's outside, but I'm not in a rush. Your eyes say stay, and I feel the hush. The gifts can wait, the snow can fall. Tonight's the night, we're having it all.
Snow's falling hard,
the roses are ice.
your touch is warm,
Feels oh so nice.
the clock's ticking slow.
But we don't care.
This Christmas Eve we're going nowhere.
Mistletoe after midnight, let the sparks ignite. Your lips on mine,
Feeling so right.
mistletoe after midnight.
No need to fight.
Stay with me till the morning light.
Oh,
No need to hurry, the nights are on.
let's make this moment.
Our very own.
The world can't wait till the dawn breaks through. This Christmas, it's me and you. Kiss me.
Kiss me.
Oh, yeah.
No need to fight. Velvet drapes hide the moon's like Grinch. Martini sweat, the night pours in. Diamonds wink, the room spins gold. Whispers trade secrets nobody told. Champagne rivers, rivers run deep. Promises stack, but none we keep. Crypto cabaret, dance of the blind. Fortunes flicker, tethered to time. Champagne's pop, the clock won't unwind. Neon ghosts haunt the mirrored walls. Digital riches, iris calls. Velvet gloves, handshake deal. Dark color, the truth conceals. Bitcoins rain where confetti falls. Euphoria rises, the empire sprawls. Velvet and greed, the lovers collide. Promises bloom, but some divide. Cabaret, dance of the blind. Fortunes flicker, tethered to time. Champagne's pop, the clock won't rewind. Crypto cabaret, riches unwind.
In the glow of neon lights, velvet curtains, endless nights. A toast to fortunes yet unseen. Champagne flows in crystal streams. We're living high, don't look too close. The promise whispers sweet as ghosts. In the shadows we make our deals, dancing on the edge of what's real. Oh, champagne and crypto dreams, velvet skies and diamond streams. Roll the dice, let the future gleam in this world of endless schemes. Trap beats hum beneath
If this is your first visit to the wild side,
crypto king.
please keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times and do not feed the bears. You may be accosted by a turkey or a zombie. Do not freak out.
As we chase the endless night.
Let the weirdness begin.
We're living high, don't look too close. The promise will.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, frogs and squirrels, to the late night crypto show with Road Dawg. Making sure my microphone is on. How's it going, everybody? Good to see you tonight. We're watching Bitcoin do some interesting things here on the very Degen 1 minute time frame. She looks a little frisky, doesn't she? After she ran us down here back to this major 618, or not mate, well, deeper 618 Fibonacci area. It also corresponds, you got to zoom out for this, but you know, this is the same area that we were at back here when she went for that little lower low. Technically, she made another lower low there, I'm just saying. But we got a nice little bounce there coming back up to a resistance area, which was the area that we thought we were going to hold last night, hoping and praying we were going to hold last night, right? A previous 618 from a different pool here. We lost that little dude, and now we're bumping our head right up against there, and that's where we got rejected. So we got rejected from where we left off, making this a possible bearish retest or future comeback. Right now, we got to lean a little bit toward bearish retest, but be hopeful for a bullish comeback. I mean, maybe you're trying. Maybe you're trying. They've been here on the 15-minute. All these moving averages are in total opposite order of what we would like for a bullish move. So is this a legit move, or is this that Sunday pump to get you all chasing just so that they can dump us on us come Tuesday or maybe even Monday? Who knows what they're going to do, right? Well, I think to give us clues on that, ladies and gentlemen, we got to zoom out just a little bit, not just look at the 1 minute and the 15 minute, which are exciting at the moment, but we got to take a look at the bigger picture. Tonight being Sunday, I recommend that we start with the weekly. I'd like to move over to briefly look at the indices so we can get a feel for the weather. That's kind of like stick our head outside. Is it snowing? Is it storming? What's going on? Do we need an umbrella today? That's what those things are good for. And then we can start diving a little deeper into what the hell is going on here. And with the altcoins. So glad to see you here, everybody. 14 people hanging out with me tonight. Thank you very much for being here. Let me give a shout out to Ave.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, I can't tell if Ave was first here tonight. So I think somebody else was first, right? Or, no. Yeah, Ave was first. He was firsty. Says the Grinch is not hot. You didn't like the Grinch? You didn't think she was sexy? Yeah. Gotta mix it up a little bit. They say all. You see Cooter? There was green too, though. Nobody bitching about Cooter being green. Or, I don't know. Cooter's a little turtle mascot. Congratulations on being number one. We also got Soul in the house. Good to see you, Soul. Always a pleasure. Postmodern Oddities, Dave P. Silver Days with words of wisdom right there saying, oh, where is it? Where are we stuck? There we go. Saying, let's go. Oh, now I lost everybody. Where do we go? Good as coffee, says Silver Days. The Grinch will squeeze your cane off. Oh my, that would not be good at all. Traveling Trader says music is vibe. Thank you very much. Got all the original music here. Some of it's published, some of it it's not. Just here for the stream. I get tired of arguing with them over my own copyrights, so it's like I'm just not even going to publish it. Dave says, I think I know that Grinch. Strega, how's it going, Strega? Good to see you, my man. I don't know for what the Grinch, they can steal my Christmas anytime. Lol. American Maker says she was creepy. Stuff of nightmares. She-Hulk was sexy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at Bitcoin here. This is it on the 15-minute looking. Okay, we're maintaining a 100 moving average so far, and we do have a basic trend line going here from a wick to candle bodies, a little bit more tighter on the smaller time frame, but that's what we got here. If we were to look at this time frame, I would pay a little bit more attention to this idea that we could be dropping back down here. That would be around the 50-21 moving average if we're kind of lining up other systems here together. I like to jump ahead after I zoom in here to the weekly chart. And hopefully I got a chart that's not too mucked up to read right now. Okay, that's still good. Okay. Zoom out just a little bit. Look for the candle bodies over here. Touching the wikis. Cutting through this wick. We got a... No, I got you on the wick there. So we got three main touch areas here on the weekly. Making this a strong trend line. We could probably dial it in, but... to the candle bodies, but it'd be cutting through this one, so we're kind of sticking with the wicks at the moment because she's been trying our damn patience over here. Bitcoin on the weekly came down to the 100 moving average a couple weeks ago. Touched it twice it did. Now we're above it. Hope we don't come back down to it, but we could. You know, it's always possible today. But that looks pretty good for the weekly, I gotta say. We're in the middle of this green cloud. That gets kind of sticky and hairy, and we don't like that. Our big indicators here, here's something that's a little unusual to see happen on the weekly. Well, here on Market Cipher, or BMC is the free version you can get on TradingView. We got the green dot here. Not only that, we got the little BitBoy green dot over here, too. That signifies some divergence, some bullish divergence going on. But it's the first weekly green dot that we've had since right over here. That was in April of 2025, and that's when this happened. That's when we came down at right after we touched the 50 moving average. And here on the weekly, we finally got above the 9. Those are the key things I look for, not on just this chart, but especially on this chart. Look for that on every chart, but when it happens on the weekly, well, it's like E.F. Hutton from those 1970s commercials. When E.F. Hutton speaks, everybody listens. Nobody knows who the hell E.F. Hutton is anymore. I saw it on the History Channel. Just saying. I heard my grandma talk about it. Just saying. All right. Here we're a little unique, as you've noticed this cycle. Normally losing that 50 moving average is our bear market signal, which we got that a couple of weeks ago. But what if this cycle's different? Well, if it is different, well, this is the great place for us to prove that it's different, and we'll bounce off the 100 like we do on other smaller time frames and make a recovery. That's what that would be like, and respect trend lines and all the other things that work on every other time frame would still apply valid here, which so far they do, right? It's just that we're at the scary bottom area here where people are saying, I want to go short. That happens a lot down in these areas, more so than over here. Weird how that works in it, that psychology. So the weekly looks kind of interesting. I'm gonna scoot up, scooch. He said, I said scooch up to the monthly here. Now the monthly is interesting here. The red line is the 21 moving average. We come down to the 21 on the monthly. That's the 21 is an excellent line of support, especially the same rule applies, you know. On the weekly, what we're looking for our trend up is staying above the 9 moving average, and every once in a while we'll come back and tap off the 21 and continue the strong trend. Well, it looks so far like that's what we're doing here on the monthly. We'd have nothing to backtest this with on the monthly chart because, well, you know, not enough history here. At least on this chart, there should be on some chart. Here we go. We're bouncing off the 21. Over here, we also bounced off the 21. And then when we finally broke beneath the 21, we were definitely in bear market territory. That was right around the $38,000 zone. So and we had already lost a 50 on the weekly by that chance. So we're kind of in a similar spot. Not saying that we're out of the woods, but if this is kind of comparable to where we were last cycle right now. And also back here, there was a call for super cycle and everything, and for us to continue on and go back to that $100,000 BitBoy target there. That was going on back over here for a while until everybody finally had to accept that we were in a bear market, and then shit started unwinding with Terra Luna and everything else. I hope we don't have a similar thing happen. That would suck. We are doing pretty well above this Ichimoku cloud here on the monthly. We are on the 21 moving average where we can bounce. Whether we bounce a few monthly candles, this is monthly candles, right? We spent several months bouncing off the 21 monthly moving average, but never quite reclaiming that 9. So that's what I would also watch for over here for over the next couple of months. How do we react here? We don't necessarily have to drop immediately and come down to the 50, right? So we'll be slipping in between here, is what the monthly says, between 86,000 and what are you coming in over here? 103,000. A little range somewhere between there. And if we can get above the 9, then, you know, hey man, this trend continues and we got more fun coming in next year. If we lose the 21 on the monthly, well, history says that's sayonara. Sayonara, my friend, but there is still some time to make some plays in here. Whether you're long or short or you're doing a little bit of both, there's still opportunity to be had here. I recommend we at least play that until we figure out what's going on, right? Meanwhile, that was the monthly. This is the weekly. Oh no, you're breaking the trend line on the weekly. No, that sucks. Don't do it. Stop doing it. Are we on a different chart? This one, I took my wiggle room away from on this one. Was this the chart? This was the one we were looking at initially here. All right. Well, let's come in and zoom in here on the daily. Now we went to the weekly, and we look at our weekly indicators. We saw that Market Cipher was giving us the green thumb, right? The only caution here is that this money flow is trailing down. So will it last? Will we do red light, green light? The VWAP is in the green. It's above the zero line. That's good. Maybe this will start ebbing up, but it's not showing any signs of it just yet, right? But again, the last time that we had that guy was over here. Now, let's take a look if you don't mind. Well, I don't think we can. Can we? Back over in the... You had it over here in July of 2022. Trying to see some bear market activity here. Where were we over here? This was back last cycle when we were losing it. So here's an instance where we also here on the weekly had a green dot. After we lost that weekly 9 moving average and we were sitting around 38,000, that was our drop from 67 on this chart. So, you know, it can happen. We can get that weekly candle, and it doesn't mean that we're coming out. After that, if you look, you know, stochastics were coming up. Things were starting to look better. We got the little red dot. We had a little iffy, and then we had another green dot right there. And we climbed up a little bit from 38,000 on up to 48,000. Climbed up $10,000. Bumped our head on the 21, and got rejected there on the weekly. This was another instance in the bear market, where we got the weekly, the ever so rare and highly anticipated and very bullishly talked about green dot here in July, and nice. It looks great here, right? But when you look and see what happened, it didn't do very much, man. We came from around 18,000 all the way up to 25. Doesn't sound like much at all. And then we eventually ended down to 15. So we do have a nice green dot here on the weekly, but we can see from the hindsight that, you know, I don't need to just bet the farm on it, right? Be cautious, especially with money flow coming down. Things are still, we're still bearish, people. We're still bearish, but we got a little bit of hope that we got a little recourse, whether it is a dead cat bounce and we're just coming up and rolling over, and most people are looking for that, and it will probably happen just because of the economy and where we're heading in 2026. Over the next few months, I would not doubt that we might have to retest that $100,000 area at least once, right? Cross our fingers. If not, we can just drop straight down and just rip the Band-Aid off, but that would suck. Wouldn't you want to, I don't know, if you were playing this game with big money, wouldn't you want to tie some people in to come up and just, you know, just rain on their head one more time before you pound it down again? I don't know. I think that's what they're doing. The big boys like ranges more than they like those wild, crazy runs anyway. I'm just saying, they do. Are we in a big engineered range play where the big boys can just keep on shaking out the little feller till they get their fingers all involved in Bitcoin and all wrapped around Bitcoin? That's some crazy thoughts. I hope that doesn't come true. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, here on the daily, where I think that it kind of matters, 9 is still above the 21, and that's bullish for our moving averages right here, and I like that, and that gives me hope that we can pull back up there to that 9 moving average, which is about 90,600. It gives me a little bit of hope that maybe we can recover this and move up a little bit. Still got that hope for this. We are bouncing off of a good little level. Could be setting us up for a pretty nice setup. I'm going to raise some of these other little guys here because we'll probably draw new lines over here. Get rid of some of these lines I don't need anymore. What are you doing there with me? You're outdated. This don't even look like you belong. I'm just going to get rid of you entirely here on the daily. Well, let's just clean up this chart altogether on the daily. So we're still below the 21, and that's not great. But the bullish 9 above the 21, that is cool. We got a thickening Ichimoku cloud that's inviting us to come inside and start going toward $98,000. That is still a valid idea. In the bigger scheme of things, a lot of people still looking at this, and rightly so. It could still be a very valid idea where you have the old bear flag idea, which will be taking a measure move, depending on how you want to do it. Length of the flagpole put to the top of here coincides more with your AB equals CD Fibonacci harmonic moves as well. So, and that's another reason why I do it this way now instead of putting it down here and getting the bigger target, which rarely ever gets hit anyway. But hey, that's what we're looking for, right? Now, that target would take us to 68 if we're looking at the bearish side of this equation, and I guess we should because that's just a responsible thing to do here, but okay. So we got that as a possibility. Oh, I don't want to color code you. That should be purple, blue. All right. That would involve losing this trend line, which would also, I mean, if we're going to be going by measure moves and all this other crap, well, that opens us up to the possibility of a bigger measure move that could eventually play out, right? And assuming that we break out here, assuming that that's what happens, because I'd like to make an ass out of you and me at the same time. That gives us an ultimate downside target of 41. They're sounding bearish. Why are you sounding so bearish? We're looking at both sides, right? We do have some confirmed things that have confirmed for us in the past that we are in a bearish trend now. Where we're going to bear market or whatever, that we've lost some of those markers. We got a slight chance to recover, so I'm not trying to skedaddle out of that. Again, our options are pretty much to drop, come up and do it half-ass, and then roll over, or just keep on going. You forgot sideways. We are sideways right now. This is sideways right now. Sideways. We're doing sideways, so, right, we've already got that option. All right, so here on the daily, also, this little line's in play, and, last time we were in play and we got above it, that was at 26,000. That was kind of cool. She didn't really come into the picture till over here in May 23 on this chart anyway, right? This is our 666 moving average, which ironically, tell me that it doesn't matter. Tell me that one doesn't have something to say with crypto. I see it all the time. This is a back test of this one. This is why I use it. It actually has play. I like it. I like to work it with the 800 and see how they relate to each other a lot. But, we bounced off of the devil right here when we dropped in November. And we crossed her again here in December. And we haven't yet. Hopefully we don't have to go back for a third time is what I'm hoping. Hopefully this little 618 area right here, which, if I'm not mistaken, were you the bigger pool? Is that what you were? No, you weren't. You are lower down here. No? Yeah, you're lower down here. Lining up with our... There's still a little suggestion right here that 86136 may still be in order. Not just from this being a 618 from this bottom to the high we got there, but also from here, it being the 786 fib area, where we got an M top, and that could be a harmonic retracement area right here. We're looking at it 86.1, and we may just be traveling down there. And actually, that was what I was really looking for over here, even last night. And so we bounced off the 0.5 over here, or the 618 again over here, right? Let me dial this in a little bit better. Dial you in a little bit better from wick to wick. And we can get off the daily. I'd like to have a little bit more noise in here, so I'll come down to the 4 hour. I think we can see the same things over here, right? Let me adjust my little line. I want to take it right back over here to this area. Now, a few weeks ago, when we were going through all this and pumping up on a Wednesday and then falling down Thursday, Friday, it was a Friday, they came and dumped us down. And it didn't quite hit my level. I was like, and that bothered me. And I'm like, well, does that mean that you're just not done? Or is that a bullish sign that you're going to do good? Well, a little bit of both, I guess. But she did come back down and hit it with a lower low, right? And then we bounced and did good. All right. So that's and that happened to be a Sunday night, kind of like what they did to us today, or a Sunday. And then we had this is the 4 hour count. Yeah, that was early morning. It was early morning Sunday when they did that. And they did it more in the afternoon for us over here today, right? But then come Sunday night, they start pumping us up, right? And they don't start dumping on us until the afternoon. afternoon and evening of a Monday, right? Will we get the same play this time? Probably. Sounds likely. Sounds likely that we could do a little something along those lines. Might even take this little bars pattern over here and play around and see if we got any similarities there. I'll even take the bigger picture over there too. Could we be doing? Is this what our week looks like? I mean, does it make sense? On Sunday, we find ourselves topping out on Monday at 3 o'clock, then we find ourselves pulling back on Tuesday, and then they want to bump us up on Tuesday, and then dump us down. Maybe it should have went the whole thing. It will not be a total repeat, but that's fine. Let's take that whole move there. That would suck if they did some crap like this and we just and that's how we get down to this hard to stand. That would suck. All right, well, it would be fun if you could be just playing this old range here. Anyway, so we got our yellow line drawn there. I'm gonna get rid of this Fibonacci there, clear up my chart a little bit. This guy, we'll take him off right now. Some of this little stuff over here. All right, so from swing high to swing low, tell me where price is going to go. And we're just now leaving our 236 area, and that's a bullish sign. We're trying to reclaim this area over here, so cool. We haven't hit the target yet at 90,200, so that's in line for this area. We've got a previous trend line in that area. I believe that's our 236 from coming down, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? No, from this bottom. This is our juicy buy zone, I think. Anyway, 91.9 is a place that we need to be aiming for if we can get past 90,200. Even if we get rejected at 90,200, coming back down to this area and bouncing up there would be good. Let me switch over to the regular Christmas tree candles and we'll see what that looks like over here. They're ugly. Okay. Switch back to my purdy candles. Where are we on? Bybit? This is Bybit, right? All right, so moving average wise here on the 4 hour, and 4 hours is a great time frame to get a feel for the movement of the market. And we're rejected off the 200, especially good with the moving averages. 3 times there. 3 freaking times. Now that one's coming down here. We got our 50 and 100, and they're in a bullish formation. They're good. It looks like we were headed back up to that 200 moving average area, which more than likely will lead into our 618 Fibonacci area here. So that will be our heavier resistance area. In my personal opinion. Hadn't used this little guy in a while. Let's see what he says. You got something kind of similar? What if I take you back here? What do you say? Did you change your mind? Are you going to flip-floppy? So depending on where you want to take your measurement for the volume profile, your results will vary. All right, so Bitcoin, she's at an area of possible support. We got a trend line from some bigger place. It looks like it was respecting it here, but it doesn't look like it fits very well on this time frame. I'm going to take one that does fit well in this time frame. I'll just take it down to the candle body and line it up with this body and see where we line up. And a lot of times you'll be surprised that they line up very, very well. Very, very well.
Road Dawg Crypto, I'm breaking all chains.
All right, now I'm down on the 6-minute time frame for Bitcoin because, well, why not? After that little run up of the 618 Fibonacci area, almost touching our trend line there. Is she doing a flag to the upside? That's what a lot of people will be looking at. As for the moment, it could qualify for a flag. This thickening Ichimoku cloud is a little warning sign that it may not work out because it could suck us in underneath it. But let's see, if I'm doing a wave count, it looks like, well, even it could still break this trend line and come down. I'd hate to see it do that, though, to the 50, but it needs to hold out here. 200's right there. We need to be looking for a 382 fib. And that's the area that we're almost at. I would say we could wick down there. Probably have to give this one a little bit of wiggle room. We'll keep our angles and just take it to the wicks there. Oh, you got lots of wicks though. So a lot of people would be looking for a flag. I would just draw the top trend line. You get a breakout of the top trend line, you might have something going on for you, right? Looking at it as far as, I guess, segments or levels. I mean, you got one, you got another one's forming here, and there should be another one up, and that kind of fits with Elliott wave theory too. Elliott, what do you see over here? Let's get Elliott's opinion. Do I need to zoom out? Do I need to zoom in? We have to zoom in. Oh, there we go. There he is. Had to zoom in on it. So Elliott's seeing a 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4 that we're working on now, and then bouncing off of here. So Elliott thinks that we can bounce off of here too. Now, since we're down on the 1 minute Degen time frame, just to get Elliott's opinion, let's see what the moving averages are saying here. These are looking good. These look juicy. If I were looking at the 1 minute time frame, it looks like we're coming down to the 200 moving average, and we're getting some bullish crosses with the 360 over the 600, and these ribbons are starting to flip on the 1 minute. Now, that's good, and it can give us a little short spurt of positive momentum. These ribbons flip a lot on the 1 minute. That's the thing about it. They flip a lot. They flipped here. They flip there. They flip sideways. They do a lot of flipping in over here, especially in these consolidation areas. They flip flipping flip floppers. But we can get a nice run out of them once they take, right? Once they completely flip. And looks like that's what we're trying to do here, trying to get a nice little recovery out of Bitcoin. How long it will last? Well, how far will she go? We'll keep our hopes up. Here on the 6 minute, I'll take this. Can't do nothing. I could do something there, but I'll be cutting through stuff. Let me try this wick. See if we got something here from candle bodies. There, looking for a top trend line of resistance there, or something that we can be breaking out of channel wise. Not sure that I like that angle. All right, so if Bitcoin be coming up, then what does this mean for altcoins? If we possibly are getting now here's the situation I would point out. You see how we came down and we did this double bottom right here, and we're coming back up. All right, and now we're down here again. Chances are we will probably do something similar like that. And that makes a bigger double bottom, say like on, I don't know, like your hour or something on this trend line, or Fibonacci area. That has a very real possibility happening there. We're likely to see that. So I could see a scenario where we could be pumping into Monday and Tuesday, and then falling back in on Wednesday or whatever, how we do it. Be coming back here in midweek and then starting to pump back up, probably toward Friday. Pump us up on a Friday so you can play with our heads on all weekend. Go sideways and then dump the crap out of us. Yeah, little freaky whales. 22 people hanging out with me. Thank you so much for being here. I'm about done talking about Bitcoin.
For those of you out there and hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Elvis stuttered right there. All right, so 90,491.8. Let's come over here and take a quick look at our indices. This is total 3, also getting a bounce today. That's good. That's a good sign. We needed to see that. Also up the green line here, and also off of our trend line here. That's nice. See if we can get back up to these areas. She got a breakout of a trend line here that she's been under for quite a while, and now she's going a little sideways, but still putting in the higher lows. So we're looking for the squeeze to happen, and because this little sucker's trying to squeeze like a zit. Depending on where you want to draw your trend lines, I mean, it's more horizontal over here, right? Because we just can't seem to get past this level about 900, and currently we're squeezing down, squeezing really tight over through here, right? So I would expect us to try to come up to this previous area here, 878. What is that? Another 25 billion coming in. So a possible little breakout of this trend line may be coming tonight, tomorrow. Then I would like to see it. I think it's a little overdue, but more likely to happen during the weeks, say come Monday and Tuesday, rather than happen here on the weekend, unfortunately. So altcoins are looking a little spicy so far. At least they tapped bottom, and we're getting, we found some support. Did make a lower low. It's a little concerning, but hey, man, our goal, if we can't come up and knock out 900 and take these guys out, that's going to be a sign of trouble. So this is our third touch here. Let's let this be our last little tip coming up here, man. And if it doesn't make it up there, we may have some serious thoughts to do. Things to be thinking about with our altcoins. That's about the nicest way I can put it. Meanwhile, Bitcoin dominance hanging out sideways, but got some rejection there. When this comes down, it's usually more favorable for altcoins, so that looks good. Our regular market, S&P, well, they're not open until really tomorrow, unless they traded earlier today, but they've been having a little problem here. Now, some people want to look for an inverted head and shoulders here at the top with a bottom reversal pattern. I don't play that game. I'm looking for this trend line probably be retested down here, though. It'll probably come out looking a lot like a head and shoulders, but doesn't mean that you play it as one, though. But they look like they're kind of second guessing their life's choices for the matter. They're getting scared for some reason, but they're at a rejection area, right? Right, they're at the 886, 786. That's normal. So what we would expect from here is a pullback to one or two fib areas, preferably. We got some choices here, but the best one would be the pullback here. That would be a retest of this trend line. So let them come back in Monday, Tuesday, whatever, and pull back here, and then we can get a nice bounce off the 382. That's exactly what we need to see, because the 382 bounces, that's a bullish bounce. The other possibility, if tomorrow turns out to be bullish for some reason for the markets, like Bitcoin is just giving an early sign that something's cooking, and maybe they're not as scared Monday morning. I don't know that I would trust it, but bouncing off the 382 Fibonacci area just means that, well, we haven't got our high in yet, and most likely it'll probably be somewhere here or here that we come up and then get a rejection. Then we look for the 382. Does that make sense to everybody? It's kind of how this works in a nutshell. All right, me zoom out, and the last thing I'm going to look at is this little guy over here, which, well, hell, we don't. I'm just curious to see what the hell this one does. We can't read this one like we used to. This is stablecoin dominance, but we've got a lot of stablecoin coming in that's not, new stablecoin. That's going to affect that. I'm going to have to change that, I believe, to the DXY and just start following the dollar in general. I don't know that I can. I don't know that we can look at the stablecoin dominance, use it in the same way we've used it before to help us navigate altcoins as much. They'll tick up when there's a sellout of altcoins, of course, but it'll also tick up when there's some new money coming in. And stablecoins are starting to take over the world now if the U.S. plays its cards right, like they should have 4 years ago, but they didn't. But they can rectify it now. They're going to be a big part of the world. Just got to keep them nasty CBDCs out of the equation, though. All right, so that's pretty much what we got going on, other than looking at crypto bubbles and seeing what's pumping. Night just fell off. What happened to you? You were at 6 cents. Hey, do you remember that one last night that was all hot and everybody was chasing? Was it Folks? We looked at it last night. Was it Mexi? I guess it was. Let's zoom out on this one. She had her little pullback here, and she went deep. So we're looking at the little box area as a nice area to try to. She went lower. She went down to $20 there. I think we were looking at the time over here if it was going to keep this trend line around 36, but she did not keep it. That parabolic move, that was it. That was, we were talking, man, this was a place to take profits on that one if anybody was in it. I wasn't in it. I never got in on it. We just caught it when it was up here. But that was the reversal pivot areas when we pulled we did our fib work on it last night. And so I'm not surprised at the reaction that that's That's kind of interesting. Let's see if we can zoom out and get a better feel for what she's doing right now. So we've got trend lines down here. There's still a chance that she could come down here. But fib wise, let's see what we got going on here now. So is this one had some? This one I was doubtful on it till I started looking at the tokenomics and everything, right? And then it kind of piqued my interest. There is a really high probability it will come down to the breakout area. That's currently around $20. Let's take a look at it fib wise, and we'll go from this little wick here to the top. See what we got there. Here, the 618. 786 is down here in this area. I would. You got a higher high there though, right? What? That's kind of up there. Okay, well, that comes right around the same area there too. All right, so it looks like she's trying to hold something as it is, right? I see a possible pattern that might be playing out over here. It hasn't confirmed yet, so we just have to keep. But if it does, that would make this a really good area to pick some up. This is a 2-hour chart. Let's pull those fibs one more time from this bottom here. And according to that, you did get a 786 from just the local one. You might already be on a little trend here. Let's see. You got a nice, that's a nice trend line. There's actually a trade set up for this one right now. And let's back that idea. You 786. I'm actually seeing something might be worthwhile here. Let's come down to the 1 hour on you. It is. We're getting. It's still iffy. We're still above the 9-moving average. Kind of see some bullish crosses here. There's some bearish crosses over the 50, but we're above them all. So that's a little weird. But you can still get. You could still get a trade here. Higher lows. Let's pull our fibs out here. All right. Well, it is at our premium discount zone. So for a conservative person looking at this one, if you were interested in taking this trade, it would be worthwhile. I'm on the 1 hour. Wait until you get an actual candle to open above right at $28. You would be more likely to see something play out and at least go to $31, maybe $38 from there. But to jump in early would be a little iffy according to this 1 hour. But you still got some things to clear on these moving averages. She could slam back down here is what it's telling me. 9 moving averages at $26. Let's come down to the 15. So since we are bumping our head on our 236 Fibonacci area right here, just watch it closely. See if she might get another pullback. That looks nice though. That actually looks nice. You got a W pattern here, and we just now retested it. So we look at that idea. That was a nice retest of it. So let's take a look at this trend line. There's another trend line right there, here on the 15-minute. Do I have this? I don't think I have this. I think I looked last night. I don't think it's available on exchanges I've got, right? Oh, yes, you are. You are. You are. You're right over here. You're on Ourbit. On Perpetual. Oh, man, come on. I'm trying to get over there. Folks. I was trying to put the start on. I would just click it before you stick it. All right. This is getting on my nerves when you do that. All right. Where are we at? On the 5. I don't want the 5 minute. I want the 15. So I just now got in on that, just based on what we saw right there. Where's the trend line? Right there. And this trend line right here. So I can set a tight stop loss. If I want to be really risky, I could go underneath these candles over here, underneath this trend line. And my argument would be, well, if it breaks this trend line, it's going to either come back down here or break this, and it'll be over. But if I want to set a tight stop loss, I can do that. That's like 4%. If I wanted to be more, that's a 10% stop loss down there. And if you're trying to use any leverage, which, oh my God, I didn't straighten that out, did I? You gave me 20x on this crap. That's stupid. They got me on that one. But what I use, $5. You little, that's how they get you right here. I would never do a 20x on you. I was looking for maybe 3. All right, well, an immediate stop loss has got to go in effect here for folks. And let's go add that in here. What are you going to do at 26.46? I may have to set it really tight since I screwed that my entry there with the leverage. It's 20x long, huh? I would never do a 20x long. $2.15 is beyond what I can do for this small account. That is really tight right there. So this is a small account over here, and I don't want to risk much more than $1 at all on this one to keep my risk to reward. So I'm putting myself really on a thin edge right here with this one. She could easily come and stop me out. That's my fault. If it does, then I can go back and enter it in properly. Maybe I'll get lucky, take a little bit of profit, and then reset her. A little something for my win, didn't you? Let's come down to the 1 minute on ya. What do we got going on over here, baby? Folks, we got a trend line. Technically, I can get really tight. I'm good. If I'm trading a 1 minute for my stop loss, then we fall into the category. If you lose that little sucker. Actually, I think my stop loss is here, so it'll be below this trend line. I may be okay on this one. Maybe that sucks. That's how stupid will get you. Here's your ass, mister. Stupid. You ran into that one. And we want to go for 31.78 sounds pretty good to me. That would give me $15 profit. What? That's our 382 Fibonacci target right there. I don't mind risking $1 to make 15 if you can pull that off. Let's see how far you can go there, mister. It's just right up there where you've been before. You got to take out that high anyway if you're serious about doing it, right? I will risk $1 to make 15. The only thing different is I don't sit here and watch it on the small time frames and get out at the very first thing. First thing, we try to let it play out. We'll raise our stop. Get to a point where we can raise our stop loss into profit. That's what I'm looking for. That would be the ideal situation where I can get to where I can bring it back to break even after we get a little traction on this. And oh no, you're losing the trend line. Well, she may be coming for me now. That's not what we wanted to see there, darling. Even if you make it a wick, it's not cool, baby. Got a bullish cross of the 50 over the 100. That's cool. These guys look good. Are you coming back to test you? I think my stop loss is under that. All right. Well, stupid as stupid does. Let's take a look at Zcash. She was on discount. Here we're on the 24-minute. You talking to Lucy here? Let's go to the 2 hour. 2 hour, we are talking to the 200 moving average right now. It's got some bullish crosses over it. What we got over here, formation wise? Well, if I can straighten up my lines a little bit better here. You got a W, the higher low. Then you got a retest with a higher high. Aren't you being tricky? Zcash. Zcash couldn't, and she got rejected off of the 382. Had to zoom out on the daily. Makes more sense when you zoom out. Got some negative crosses here. 21 over the 50. Zcash, you might be rolling over, baby. You might be. Unless you want to bounce off of that little support area, which doesn't look like very much support here. It looks like your major support's a little bit lower, like at 379, which it hasn't got to yet. The 9 is looking to roll over under the, unless it pulls back real quick. It could do that too. Got to look for smaller time frames to see if they look a little bit more bullish or not. But it could also be the damn rollover since we did that. All right. So what do you say, 4 hour? Are you trying to? Okay. Are you trying? Are you trying? For real? For real? Alright, so we got a trend line here. Let's see if we can hold this area down here. About 379. Let's look like we're trying to head back down there. That cancels out any 3-wave. That means that this would have to be a 1-2 wave, and that could be bullish if you do get a bounce here. That could be really nice. I may come over to the chat. What are you guys talking about? 24 people hanging out. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. It's about time for us to take an ad from our sponsor, though. Good Ass Coffee.
The morning's gray, the clock's a foe. The world outside moves slow, so slow. But there's a spark, a golden glow. Good ass
I'm jacked. I'm jacked. I'm so jacked right now.
Oh,
that's some good ass coffee.
Part of waking up is good ass coffee in your cup.
Oh my gosh, that's some good ass coffee. I love good ass coffee. Moon Energy, how's it going, Jim? I would argue the U.S. government waited for the ideal time to utilize stablecoins to leverage the dollar against global markets. You think it's the ideal time? I mean, they could have done this and saved us from all this crap 4 years ago or even earlier, though, is the way I look at it. It's like the SEC and all that. I remember thinking for the last 4 years, I'm like, why are they doing this? Why are they that's the opportunity to help us out, right? I don't, but at least Trump saw it. At least Trump's and Bassett and all of them see it. Thank God. The opportunity that they can help, they can work stable coins to their advantage there, and they just missed it on the last administration. My gosh, Gary Gensler, you suck. But yeah, just the fact that they recognize it now. We got something going on now. That's great. Just keep those CBDCs out. And you know, I'm proud of the president because he put an executive order where we will not pursue the CBDC path with the central banks, and that's the saving grace for America. Oh my gosh, that would have been horrible. They waited till the bond started. No coincidence. That was strategic. That was a chess move. Jake Claver got on the line. Who's Jake Claver? American Maker says, I wish our pump.fun tokens would hit harder and boost higher. I bought Road. Would love to see it skyrocket. Well, honestly, Road probably has a better chance of gaining here in the near future because it's the utility token for the trading community or whatever. And as I kind of figure out a format for how I want to do... I'm going to be adding material over their courses and some things like that, and I plan on working on too. Make accessible. That will help the value of Road. Cooter's got to take off. We got to figure out something with Cooter coin. We got the cute mascot and everything. I wish he was the main symbol on there. But to get some traction with that one. But right now it's got no utility, so we got to come up with an idea to give it some kind of benefit. But I'm with you. But I've not sold any of the coins that I've got over there. I still got all of them that I've had, and not planning on it. But the Road one's the one I'm kind of focusing on now as we start going into 2026. I might have to start an OnlyFans this most modern oddities. Speaking of OnlyFans, join my OnlyFans footsie group. It's only $2,499 a month to get a private room with me and my fungusy toenails pointing at the entry and exit points for your personalized Bitcoin charts. Yeah. Sign up today. All right. Sorry, we had to do that. Shameless plug right there. Yo, grab Bitcoin at that drop, baby. What's the Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin? Are you still hanging in there, Bitcoin? You doing all right, Bitcoin. Look at you. What the hell did I go in? Am I stopped out yet? I am not stopped out of my... Whoa. You got us. Where's my stop loss? Oh, I went $27? Okay. I am still in on my folks trade, but she is dropping. She's at $27.18 at the moment. Oh my God, I'm sitting on pins. Oh, now she went up to $27.21. Sitting on pins and needles here. All right. Bitcoin on the 3-minute chart looking a little feisty here. Fighting their way through that little green mucus cloud congestion going on, but yet fighting through this little breakout of a trend line. No volume to support this move yet, with that 50 moving average hanging overhead like a dark cloud threatening to just throw us down. But hey, man, it's a good start. Let's think positive, shall we? At least we got the 100 crossing the 200, giving us a little hope for some bullish momentum to come in. We're just walking up these moving averages right now. And we got the 800 over the 600, but from what I've seen, once we get on one of these tears where we're trying to climb up them and trying to flip the ribbons on this, especially on smaller frames, it can shoot up past there. Shit can do's it. 90,400. Come on, baby, do's it. On the very 1 minute on Bitcoin, watching her break out now, trying to take over this area over here, 89,559. Can she do it? We should bring out the crypto bowl. I want to take a look at this coin, XAUT, if you guys know mine. This is gold. Oh, did you come down a little bit on the 1 minute chart? Oh my gosh, look at you on the 4-hour chart here. Gold is up at $4,329 right now. Very pleased with my little gold play. I wish it was bigger, but hey, I'm working with what I got, trying to grow that. I see some curvaceous roundiness going on over here. We might have to zoom out to take a better look at that. That's a parabola trying to happen right here with gold. Alexa, skip. Swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go. Where you? Oh, you're in the rejection area, but you got this curve going on. It makes me think you trying to come up here. Where did you bounce from? Tell me that, Bitcoin. Hello.
The market sways, a rhythm in the night. Crypto sweet pulse.
A 382, you little naughty minx, you.
My wisdom flows free, a Fibonacci glide.
Let me zoom out here just a little bit. Let's take this whole move. Is that a... You did. Oh, you did it. You did. Nice. What move you down here? Gold is now that makes me nervous because when people start going into gold, that means they're not feeling very confident about some other things. But there's also the central banks around the world are supposed to be buying gold and silver really heavy right now. We got to adjust our little target areas over here for this little guy. I know it sounds crazy right now. And it may take a while to get that one. 5178 is the full 1-to-1 measure move for 382 bounce here on the Fibonacci there. I got this other little area right over here. We might hit there, but I also get us a few little lower targets to be working with here where we can get maybe some rejection or consolidation areas here at these pivot points. And just going to go through them all because there's some nice little profits to be taken on all of that. From here up to the first target's 5%, the second's 9%, up to one of the main targets is 12%, but to the ultimate target up there, 20% gains, $5,000 for gold. I'm going to do a little reverse check here for some confluential areas. Right there we go. So local targets, I'm looking at 45.30 and 47.25 area. We're at 43.3 right now, and it don't look like she's wanting to stop anytime too soon. She's curving. She'll probably still have some nice sharp moves up here. 113's right here. Look at 446 for for maybe over the next day or two. Anybody that's trying to look for a shorter term target there, that will be one at 44. But the main one's right here, 45, 47 right now. I think you got something going on there, sir. It's a part of a bigger curve anyway, a bigger parabola. She's working up, man. This is one. Wish we had more of a. What the hell? What the hell? I think I need to get a bigger chart with more price history here to see what else was going on over there. But we're looking for several stages of this parabola to continue. It can until you get a big blow off top, man. Would that be 5,000 or is it going to be higher? What's happening? Is there going to be a war? Or is it just central banks getting all greedy and buying up all the gold out here? I don't know, man. Or is it both? Dirty bastards. I think the central banks would love to see World War III so they can, I don't know what they want to do. Meet Damien's in the house. How's it going, Meet Damien? Road Dawg, you ain't going to entice me to come onto your channel and distract me with a beautiful blonde with the big, what was I saying? That's my chain of thought. Oh, you didn't see the green babe at the intro screen. Yeah. Yeah, see if you feel the same way then. Ask Avi what he thinks about the chick from earlier. But yeah, this is my new side chick Jenny over here. My side chick Jenny. Everybody. What my hands look like it got. Oh, look how tiny I got little tiny hands. Tiny hands. Oh, that didn't work. Anyway. Trailer B, bro, you're dope. Fibs, harmonics, trend lines, same with me. I like 77K, Bitcoin bullish shark potential. If that falls, hopefully we just sweep the lows of 73. You rip. Definitely see the 41K potential bullish shark monthly. I know that's kind of scary, isn't it? 41. I can't see us doing it. I really can't. I really can't see us dipping much lower than the 74 or that area. Where we were in, maybe was it 58? When the ETF started rolling in, when all that stuff, I don't think we're going to dip lower than those prices where they got in there. I just don't think it's going to happen. But yeah, there was a. Whew. There were some lower areas possible. 77K, yeah, I can, yeah, and that lines up with that area for the ETFs. I like the harmonics. I'm getting accustomed to this. I guess the traditional, the little harmonic tool and all that, and the way that they, this little guy here and stuff. Getting used to, I learned this. I kind of fell down the rabbit hole and experienced harmonics in a different way, just with the Fibonacci by itself. So I'm still trying to get used to all the bat and patterns and things like that. As far as committing them to complete into memory by names and everything. But yeah, harmonics are the way. AB equals CD was the one of the first things that really clicked in my head for harmonics, leading down that rabbit hole. I could never find anybody to give me an explanation for this 1.272 fib area, and it's like it keeps hitting. Why does it hit? What's the explanation for it? Nobody can tell me. I kept looking and looking, and I mean, I had to dive deep to find some of this information. Definitely don't find it that easy on YouTube. Yeah, I think it's on here now if you look deep enough, but it's not easy to find that stuff. And that led me down the rabbit hole for Fibonacci, and I love it. And so I'm trying to learn everything Fibonacci. How it relates in with Elliott Wave, it ties in with Elliott Wave, ties in with, of course, harmonic trading. With the Gartleys and all that, and even if you're just doing the AB equals CDs and all this other stuff, just using the Fibonacci tool itself. I love it. I think I do it a little bit different than I've seen other people do it, though. With the extensions that I use and things. But anyway, getting off topic there. But I love it. We were at the Chad. That's what happened. That's what changed. Kind of hope not. I agree though, but these bears are nasty, man. They are being nasty, but it's the big boys that are doing it though, right? Well, I saw your Grinch girl in the intro. Apparently she's a little bit offensive. A lot of people smarter than me are alarmed over gold and bonds acting like risk assets. And American Maker says, yeah, but gold could plateau and drop like a rock. I heard something that, I forgot who did it. I forgot who was doing it. He mentioned it, but I heard something about a new battery technology where they're taking, is it lithium battery or something? They're doing something with silver coating. That might have an effect on the rise in price of silver if they got a way to make batteries last a lot longer, I think, for cars and things like that. I just briefly heard something about it today. It sounded interesting, but it sounded like it might be a reason for a continuation in silver prices. Get those silver miners out there cranking up those mines again. Let's close that CME gap at 90,300. Well, that does sound about right for Bitcoin. It does. That's that's right at one of my targets, 90,400 right there. Which, let me make sure why we got that. Was it you? It wasn't you? That should have been you, dude. What the hell? Am I getting sloppy over here? Maybe because I bet. Wait a minute. Back it up. What? No. What the hell? That's what that line should be. It's always good to go back and double check yourself. Sometimes you don't. Make those screw ups and don't catch them at the time, I guess. What is this? What is this number? 23. Oh, it's 91.3. We said 90 earlier, weren't we? It jumped up a little bit on there. That's my 236 Fibonacci area, which I used to. If this is a bottom that's reached, then that means this is a good area to accumulate. One way to interpret that. Bitcoin, 89,500. She's a trying. How's that other thing doing? That folk thing? How are you doing? Let's come over here. Are we still in the folk? Did you stop me up? I got my butt stopped out, and now she's going back up. I think we're going to try it one more time here, though. But I'm going to not use the 20x leverage. Now I can get a more reasonable stop loss here. I think we went a little ambitious for this small account here. Alright, now stop loss. I can put my stop loss down here where a little bit more respectable. 26 looks good. That more fits what I'm trying to do here risk tolerance wise. 20x was too much. 20x was too much. So I got a decent stop loss. We got a trend line that's still being respected. I'm going to come over and take it by the wick. Well, no, I'll go candle body. I'll take it to that candle body, though. Hopefully that can hold. Come on, folks. I like that it was off of this trend line here, and and then off of this one that's trying to shoot up. And she looked like she might be trying to curve a little bit too. So, folk, we looked at it last night, and it's a new one that everybody's looking at. Folks Finance. But what I liked about it, what changed my mind about it, because I thought it was like another COAI or something that flashed in the pan, everybody chases, and then it gets forgotten about. It's only 12 million of them out of a total supply of 50 million. And I'm like, well, I like that off the bat, and it's widely available. So if she were to get a pullback, because she was too damn expensive last night, and it's a cross-chain decentralized DeFi protocol, enables users to supply, borrow, and manage digital assets across multiple blockchains. And that sounded kind of cool. Using Chainlink CCIP, Circle CCTP, and wormhole messaging, and some other stuff. It did look kind of cool. It changed my aspect on it a little bit, so I think there might be something there. If there's that few of them, it can make some. It can gain some traction. I mean, think Zcash. It went from little or nothing to. It's got good tokenomics too, right? Bitcoin looking bullish, trying to climb through the ranks here. Still watching oil, says Jim. Only a trade that doesn't seem overcrowded right now. Flown under the radar since Trump administration announced plans to pummel the price. Only commodity currently mispriced against gold. I don't have a way to trade it, but I was entertaining the idea of. But I was wondering, trying to keep. I just don't. I'm not familiar enough with it to think that if he's trying to keep oil prices low, is that going to? Is he trying to keep it? He'll be trying to suppress the price of it, right? What is oil? I don't even know the ticker of it. There's oil futures. It's just oil. There's some other ones here too, but sweet crude and some other stuff like that, and it gets kind of. This is oil 1 exclamation point, and this is $3.99. And I don't know if the other oil charts, if they're kind of similar to this or not. That's an interesting INW, and then we're retesting that area. $618 pullback right there. Could you?
Trapped in bad dreams. Oh, Bitcoin. Market crash. My coins went low.
So we got a 618 pulled back and almost a 618 on this one. So you might be setting up for a Gottlieb. Well, if I can get the right little tool going here, let's see if we can. See, we got something with this idea here. Boom. It's just right, almost enough to be there. And so we'd be looking for a 786 right here at this area. 357 if that confirms, if it comes down there. And of course this would be a bullish pattern.
Bad dreams shake my soul. Market twists, they steal my sleep.
But we still got the 618.
Rise again, my gains to keep.
So I want to keep my eyes open for possible harmonic patterns that could confirm. But there's still another one that's on the table here, and that's our AB equals CD, which is one of the coolest ever. Taking us up to our negative 382 Fibonacci on my cheat sheet here as the main target area, with a nice harmonic 0 or 272 area right there too. So that's also, I mean, if we're going to go up for higher highs, we're looking for that. And if we're going to come down for lower lows, then we're looking for this guy over here. And see if we bounce and see if we come back for a double bottom formation down here and keep going. So what's this, oil? So I don't know. See what it does, but either maybe looking for a double bottom. And then we also got this little idea here. Where she can find some support exactly right where it's at, or just a tad lower. And if we're looking here on the 4 hours, possibility of a double bottom happening there. I'm not going to deny it, but we got a bearish cross over here. When a 50 crossing the 100, 200 cross the 30. That's kind of bearish. I can see us coming down lower then. So most likely, probably the 886 there on that one. Is there a harmonic here within this little guy? You would probably be I'm getting lost in my little thoughts. This is what I do on my private time, playing with these little ideas and things like this, and looking at stuff. All right, so 24 minute. Oh, you don't look happy at all, oil, but you're not trading right now, stupid. All right, well that's probably why. See what it does tomorrow. Forget it's not crypto. Nasdaq got hammered today. Tanker and offshore rig companies are high beta exposure to oil without taking futures contracts. I had a trade on oil in 2020 that in the futures market wiped out. Never again will I trade that. Look like Madonna's bra. How's it going, so? ETW theory and harmonics drive me nutty with all the invalidations. I'm with you all down the rabbit holes. Love it. ETW theory. Is that Elliot Way? Is that what we're talking about? I mean, it's something that I'm not familiar with ETW. So if you're throwing out something new I'm not familiar with, you bet your ass I'm going to research it after the show. But it may just be Elliot Wave. I don't know. Yeah, sodium and silver, they last forever, but they are big and bulky, says American Maker. Strega says, Jenny won't skate with me, but the Lady Grinch will sled with me. Ah, you trying to get some of that green cooter. I know what you're doing. They say it's all pink inside, Strega. Just saying. Let me know. I want to take a look at this coin called Sky. It used to be called MakerDAO. And I liked MakerDAO. It was one of my holds. I had it especially over on my iTrust account. is what my crypto holds over there. And then I logged in on iTrust and MakerDAO wasn't there, and it was replaced by something called Sky. And I was like, what the hell is this? And looked at their tokenomics and saw, rebranded and all this other stuff. And now you got billions of coins instead of the small amount that you had before, which is, one of the attractions why I went with MakerDAO. Maybe this will do okay, but Sky... has got 22 billion, almost 23 billion circulating supply. Now, while most of that's out there, and it's got a market cap of 1.3 billion, maybe I'm sure it can go up, but I just don't. I don't like the tokenomics anymore. They've totally rebranded from MakerDAO to Sky Money. And I guess that's cool. How much you got locked over here? Is that 18 billion? Savings rates 4.2% interest. But you do have this. Well, if we're looking at it pattern wise, you look at expanding channel, bullish megaphones, what we kind of call it. Your basic measure move on this one. Putting it at the breakout, which was here, suggests that you come up to about almost 7 cents there for the old measure move. I guess I got to take that wick into account here, way down here. What we got going on? You're at the 382 now. Finding some support, maybe? I mean, you lost it right now, but are you trying to regain it there? That's looking interesting. We had that one. Another one of those little bottoms. I like those little bottoms like that. Take our new trend line here. So we had this, which is still kind of there, but she's trying to mature it a little bit. We'll give it a little bit of breathing room, wiggle room. Higher highs, higher lows. Haven't quite taken out this guy yet, so... We got the 382. That's great. 618's hanging over here at 7.2 cents. So we got a measure move. We're already at the 382, so our next closest target, which is also a nice little support resistance flip right here, so it will be an area to contend with right there, is at the 0.5 Fibonacci. So chances are we may not make it past that one on the first go, right? So that would be a great little short-term target on. We're looking at Skycoin, if anybody cares. Like, I'm not even in Skycoin. I'm not either. I just get on the chart and just keen helps it. Is there anything worthwhile here? Say if we were to bounce from here, 13%, 22%. It's only 23 billion of these coins out there, and we're all running at a nickel a piece. That's a lot of money there. There is also this idea here that a lot of people, pattern traders, be looking at. The inverted head and shoulders. See if I can tweak that neckline there. Measure move for that guy is also, is it about the same, right? Put that at the old breakout area and takes us just a wee bit higher for the head and shoulders target. Oh no, 7.7 cents. We got a battle of the measured moves. Which one will win? This is how I like to play. See, which tactic is going to come out on top? Which method is going to win the prize here? And to me, that's kind of what makes learning fun over here. All right, so Skycoin. This is what I'm on an 8-hour time frame. That's an oddball time frame. Looks good with the cloud. I guess we should take something, and I'm going to copy this. There's an idea there. What is it? 35% to that measure moon. I'll leave that one up there. I'm not going to do it for all of them. Let's copy that image. We'll take this one and post it over here in the trade setups. Possible swing trade idea right there. All right. Well, that was something. Dave P says he's just chilling here getting ready for the week. Scar Jasco says he got 2 days off work, then off 4 days for a short vacay. Congratulations, my man. Vacations can be kind of stressful there. Traveling Trader says Elliot Wave. Okay, that's what I thought it might be. How do you change the colors of candlesticks to that? Oh, to my colors I got over here? It's the settings, and you can get there lots of different ways. Right-clicking with settings down here, or I think the settings over here. I think any of those will do it, right? Or more settings. It's the one that brings us this part right here. And so you go to symbol, and then you can change it over here. And you'd probably want to go over here and save as. But I stole this idea several years ago from Jason Casper. And the way he explained it is said it was as long as we spend looking at these charts and seeing these glaring colors, we want to take it easy on our eyes, and these are some soothing colors. So I thought, well, I like that. And I think he still uses them. I think he still uses the colors. And I think Frankie Candles does that too. The Haikanashi over here, of course, they use the Haikanashi too. CryptoFace is the first place I've ever seen Haikanashi. And it does make a difference, especially if you're a pattern trader. Haikanashi will help you a lot better if you're into like the traditional pattern trading. And it also helps you identify the trend. You know, this stays the same color while we're in a nice trend, right? It's not going to flip-flop on you that much, right? You'll get the red candles when especially when they're noticeable, but when you turn it over to the other candles, you know, this is like, I'll make this point right here. I would say if there was a certain trader during the what time frame was on here? If there's a certain trader that likes to trade the 1 minute and flags to the upside and all that, if they were using Haikanashi when they were watching that, they probably wouldn't jump out of the trade so soon, because they get a little emotional and scared when the red candle comes and they're ready to get out of the trade. They could trail their stop up to. Used to, they'd sell on the first red candle that would pop up. You'd see a breakout. You know, you'd get. Well, it's got more like something like over here, like you get a little breakout, maybe they got here and they come up and first little red candle, they're out. Take that 3% and call it a day. Yeah. It's not as bad now from what I've seen. I think they're starting to get used to it. Remember, this person I'm talking about used to hate leverage trading and swore against it until about, I don't know, 2 years ago or something. And then they started it. Now they're claiming not to be a swing trader anymore, but to be a day trader. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. The narrative switch there. But you get the mix max of red and green candles right there, but here, you know, it's just, I don't know. And like I said, if he was doing it, you know, over there, he you know, wouldn't have sold out those first little red candles or whatever. It seemed the trend would be strong. Well, the emotions wouldn't get to him as much, I think is what I'm trying to say. I like Hakinashi candles. This is a retest of this inverted head and shoulder on Sky. Not the good one. I'm always expect a retest, even if we got up to targets. I would expect us to come back down here at some point. Bitcoin, are you still hanging out here, baby? Are you still doing all right? Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, folks, I think you're going to be coming back for that deeper retest. You're not holding that trend line. You're not holding that trend line at all. In fact, you may be coming a little deeper back here. You may be coming back to the bottom of the trend line there. You got that lower high in there. Oh man, I don't have my fib set up. What the hell is that? Oh, here we go. Forgot what I was. I don't have you on here. Why not? Gotta have that 886. Gots to. Ooh. That's a little bit lower. Oh, wait a minute. What are you? 2618. Oh, I did. Ah!
The charts lie still in this endless night. Old coins whisper lies. No spark inside. I waited for the surge.
Right here.
The fire to ignite. But stagnation clean.
Where's my little price target? What is that? That's 25, 12, about $25.
Why do you hold me?
I'm believing the signs are talking to us and telling us that you trying to come down here. You got some kind of little micro Gartley thing going on. I think. I can't find my price labels to put them over there. Price label, where you hiding? Why can't I ever find you? Where do you hang out at? What are you doing after work tonight? I'm just asking. Meanwhile, Bitcoin hanging out 89,566. Seems like you're respecting, that half-ass trend line. I'd prefer you under the bodies myself. Thank you for your participation there. Ooh, Bitcoin, you look juicy. You got the little pullback and stuff. I gotta tweak my margin account here if we're doing that. Yes, I'm load. That's a pretty nice one, Bitcoin. I'm building a margin bag here. And when it comes to a bottom of a trend line, well, I like to add a little bit more to my bag because I've got some sell orders over here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's just not much going on tonight. Yep, those are both my boys. Check out Coins Trading after stream on your rabbit hole searches. He's great with Elliot Wave. Let me back up here a little bit. Scar Jessica says, I like it. I'm up already quite a bit in Sky. Oh, cool. About down at 0400 area. So what's the market always pumps when you take a vacay? Hi, Kanashi Candles. Do you use micro glue pan configuration trading strategy? I have no idea what that is. Micro glue pan configuration? That is a unique combination of words right there. I gotta Google that. Has anybody else ever heard of that before? I've never heard of that. I might be learning something new tonight. Should just ask Grok. The easiest 1 minute scalping trade. I don't know what that is. Can we use? I hadn't used this one in a while. Leo AI. Let's see if it can tell me anything real quick. Okay, that didn't tell me anything, AI. Understand the micro trading strategy. That doesn't say glue. All right, may have to see what we can get later. Is Bitcoin going to break 89,600 or what? I hope so. I hope it keeps going. Oh, it did. The answer to that question is yes. Yes, it most definitely will break 89,600. I guarantee you. At least on this chart it did. All right. Yes, there he goes. Oh man, you beat me to the punch. Dream Tank says 70k Bitcoin incoming. Well, not today. Thank goodness, not today. Brackets Adventures, what's going on, my man? Good to see you. Where's my bear spray? There's Strega. Thanks again, Road Dawg. Are you checking out Strega? Sounds like you're falling asleep in the chair again. Is that you? All right, Strega. It is probably, how long we've been going? Oh man, it's been an hour and 42 minutes. Yeah, it's about that time, isn't it? I just made it up. It's a great strategy. Lol. I was like, what the hell? It sounds cool. What, it said something glue. That's what was it? Glue? I lost it now. Okay, do you use micro glue pan configuration? All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Looking back on, well, let's take a look over here. How you doing, altcoins on the daily? Still down 1.5%, 2% on the hourly. Looks like they're getting a little motion, a little bit of love, but just a little give and we'll take. Take a look at our top and our winners and losers here. Let's refresh that top 300. Still, I'm kind of concerned because the top coins over here in the top 300 are not ones that we normally see or think about getting into. They're just kind of the oddball ones. You know, odd plays, beat. Don't even know. You know, I can't take this stuff seriously. The ones that are down. I mean, look, Focus is down 30%. The ones that were pumping. This just rotation is what I'm seeing. I just see the same old money rotating in and out of some of these things and rotation strategies being played. The things that were up, they're falling down, of course. And I think Pippin's the only one that I can recognize that's been staying up here. So Pippin still holding some weight there, and of course gold's working its way up, but it's not really crypto. So altcoins still kind of remain out there, but we did see some signs. I just want to refresh that they're trying. She's trying to make a comeback too, you know, respecting this area. It made a lower low, so we got to be careful. But it, again, maybe this week, maybe we'll finally break out of these trend lines and start seeing a little bit more action for altcoins. Thought it was going to happen from the last bump, but or over here, but it didn't. Maybe this week we will get that. See how we do tomorrow. Be careful because it's false move Monday, and Sunday may be part of that false move. So got that to think of. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. If not tomorrow during the day, then tomorrow night about the same time. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. If you haven't already, if you don't mind to.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
That helps our channel grow. And of course, oh man, I forgot to do our commercial. I don't want to irritate my attorney, so.
Crypto cowboys, moon or alimony bags. Subscribe to Road Dawg Crypto now. Like or bear eats you. Better call Road Dawg. She gets house, I keep ape. Fair? No.
Alrighty. What happened there? Oh yeah, no music. It's always odd to have music. All right, see you tomorrow, everybody. I'm going to the end screen, listen to a few little songs there, and catch up with the chat.
on the markets churn, chasing meme coins where the tickers burn. Crypto fiends, veins hot with greed, hoidling dreams in a blockchain need. While it's stacked with coins, no sleep. FOMO's got them diving deep. The wide on trades in a digital dive. Market swings keep the buzz alive. Yeah, yeah. Snorting Satoshis, hooked on the rush. Pump and dump, chasing that crypto crush. From the Discord down to the moon they saw. Crypto junkies screaming more on call. Snorting Satoshis, no stopping this high. Riding that wave till they crash and fall. And no brakes, they're losing their minds. Addicted to the blockchain grind, grind, grind. They're preaching about freedom in the pixel storm, but the banks tapped out, their dreams deformed. Rig in the basement, mining for bucks. Power bills got them down on the luck. By the dip they yell, eyes wild with hype. While the girls like, babe, you're losing the fight. Checking the apps like a dealer's hit. Every red candle's a gut punch split. Ooh, yeah. Hooked on the rush. Pump and dump, chasing that crypto crush. From the Discord down to the moon they saw. Crypto junkies screaming more on call. Snorting Satoshis, no stopping this high. Riding that wave till they crash and fall. All in no brakes, they're losing their minds. Addicted to the blockchain grind. Swapping dog for a coin that's cursed. Lost the keys, now the heads might burst. Rogue Pulios, just hold a pain portfolio, screaming you're going insane. Talking DeFi, NFTs in a haze. Mama's yelling, get a job, no craze. Bull run fever, but the bear's in play. Still snorting Satoshis, they're fading away. Snorting Satoshis.
It's like we got a serious delay. It's like over almost a minute, looks like.